Government Senator and Operations Manager of the Goodwill Fishermen's Cooperative, Kijiana Tuse Shalri, says the fishing fraternity welcomes the $1 fuel rebate for fishers announced by the Finance Minister in the presentation of the 2023 to 2024 budget.
So as I speak now, I can't give a time frame. In fact, I just had a discussion with the Deputy Chief Fisheries Officer who indicated that his department has had some discussion with the Ministry of Finance in terms of the submission of data, how many fishers are registered and so on. So all of that information from what I got from him has been submitted to the Ministry of Finance. So it's really a matter of tying up some of the loose ends and bringing the stakeholders to the table to make a final decision in terms of what the mechanism is.
Senator Tusa Shalri says the fishing industry is still in the dark on the details of the implementation of the fuel rebate.
We are happy that the government has kept one of the promises that they made on the campaign trail by giving the fishermen some sort of relief on the fuel tax by means of $1 rebate. Since the announcement, we are still not sure what the mechanism to be employed will be. We have been promised that there will be some discussion with the Department of Fisheries, the cooperatives, the Ministry of Finance. As in my capacity as the administrative assistant of Fisherfolk, I have reached out to the other stakeholders in order for us to actually have these concrete discussions as to what the mechanism will be.
St. Lucia has 9 fishers cooperatives, for their members receiving the government's duty refund of $1.50 and the proposed $1 refund on the price of a gallon of fuel are relatively easy to process. But for those who are not members of a cooperative, receiving those benefits might be complicated.
The reality is, for persons who are currently members of a cooperative, the mechanism can be very simple because already the fishers are getting the $1.50 duty refund. We're already doing the data capture of the fuel purchased and consumed, and so that same data can be used to figure out what the dollar rebate is. I think the issue as it lies now is persons who are not members of a cooperative. How do you now capture the data? So as a corporate, somebody in the cooperative movement, it is probably an opportune time for us to encourage fishers who are not associated with a cooperative to come on board. Now, this is not a policy directive of the government. This is me speaking as an individual involved in the fishermen's cooperative movement, that may be an opportune time for fishers who are not members of a cooperative as yet to go to your community cooperative. There are 9 around the island, and become registered, because the mechanism will be simple. And apart from the dollar rebate, there is also the $1.50 duty refund that is already being given to fishers who are members of a cooperative.
When the proposed $1 fuel rebates and the duty refund of $1.50 per gallon of fuel are added, it means fishers will pay $2.50 less per gallon than the ordinary consumer. Stanley Lucian for the HCS News Force.